Welcome to our AM Power Call. It's Monday. It is Monday, August 25th, which means we are wrapping up the month of August, which also means we're wrapping up the end of the month. So you guys are in the right place this morning to be starting your Monday strong and to be closing this month out strong, you guys. As we get into this last little bit of the year, it's so crazy to me that we're 2/3 of the way done with the year. We literally have 4 months of this year left. So if you have been thinking about, um, you know, really wanting to wrap up this year strong, I'm going to tell you right now that you can make the simple decision to just commit. If you can commit these next 7 days to really closing out August strong and beginning September strong, you are going to have a launch pad to be able to really set the tone for this final, I want to say quarter, but it kind of is the final quarter of the year, really the final third. And then really go into, 2026 strong. So if you're not thinking about your next year already, it's a great time to start planning, just looking at your year in review, looking at these last few months, what goals you want to attain, what do you want to get done before the holiday chaos gets here, and thinking about what all you need to make up. And so here's what I will tell you guys is that if you stay focused for this last 120 days, you can achieve everything that you've tried to achieve over the last year, for the most part, right? I will just tell you, if anything, you'll make huge progress. So, having said that, I'm excited to be here with you guys today. This is our AM Power Call. If you are one of the new people on the line, I want to also let you know that we do these calls every single day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you are unable to catch them live, we do have our team podcast. You can look us up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, basically anywhere that there's a streaming platform, we're there. So you can set your notifications, you can get a little reminder. That way, if you are somewhere where you're not able to be to catch them live, you can tune in on your way home from work. You can tune in on your way to drop your kids off at school, to drop them off at school. You can tune in on your lunch break. You can tune in while you are cranking out a workout at the gym and be able to get all of the newest updates that we have here, all of the most exciting things that we have going on. And so, having said that, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that Vital Fest is coming November 1st and 2nd. We had such a wonderful recognition Vital Academy on Saturday. So if you're new, also every Saturday we do something called a Vital Academy. And this past Saturday, we actually got to celebrate all of you guys. So congratulations to everybody that was recognized over the weekend. But we do have our Vital Fest coming up in Anaheim, November 1st and 2nd. Those tickets will be going up in price. So if you haven't gotten it, make sure you do it because the event absolutely will sell out. I think right now we've got like 13, it's between 12 and 1,400 seats. And that's expected to sell out very, very quickly. Obviously, we have limited space. And we are getting down to the wire as far as that goes. And we already have a hotel room block that you can book through the Embassy Suites there in Anaheim. I believe well, you can check our team chats and you will just be able to go right and get your room block reserved. So the beautiful part about that too is that it's at the Embassy Suite. So breakfast is included. There's actually like a little happy hour where they serve finger foods around dinner time. So really, really convenient hotel, beautiful hotel. We just got back from the Latin American Vital Fest there. And then also want to let you know that if you guys did not see Mr. James Linhart's reminder this morning for Vital Summit coming up in Nuevo Vallarta, I feel very tongue-tied this morning. We have that coming up, and today is the last day to go ahead and secure your spot for that. So you can find more details for that in the chat. We're so excited to see you guys, so excited to experience all of the things that Vital Health brings to us. And so today, just as a reminder, here's what we're going to do today. I want to go over boards because this last couple of weeks, I feel like I've gotten several questions from people on where to find different information, or just sometimes it's nice to be reminded of the tools. James does a phenomenal job. If you guys don't mind, go ahead and drop him, oh yes, look at him. He is all over. Our event schedule replays are already posted in the chat. Over 200 tickets are already sold. We got links for Anaheim, all right there. And so if you guys could go ahead and give Mr. James Linhart, our VP of Marketing, some love in the chat below. He is constantly updating our boards. And then I want to leave you guys with a little bit of a belief boot camp moment. So we're going to breeze through boards just as a quick reminder for everybody where things are, how to access them. If you're new to the team and you don't have boards downloaded, go ahead, go to your app store right now. It's very, very simple. You just type in the word boards, BOARDS, and then you can actually click on the link that James sent in the chat. It says boards, and then it has a little link. And you can actually download the team boards there. You'll just click add to boards. You'll have to go into your settings and then just allow it to have access. But here's what I will tell you guys. Some people are very resistant to tools that we have, or you might have it as the app, but you haven't given it access to your keyboard. I would highly recommend giving access to your keyboard because, guys, it is so, so, so simple. I'm just going to pull up a blank note right here on my phone, and I'm going to show you what it looks like once you actually have boards on your phone. Now, it will look like this. When you open it, it'll look a little different because you'll have to add your own boards. I have many boards on my app. So here's what it will look like. And the team one that we have here is actually called Vital Health Official Board. I'm trying to let the lighting go. There we go. And what's really cool about this, you guys, is that it is a company sponsored board. So if you do not have the boards app and you get it, this board will be free for you. Okay. If you choose to have other boards like myself, like I have my own personal board that has my website link, my enrollment links. It has different things that like I send to people all the time, or different scripts that I personally use all the time right here. And then I've got like our old team boards, and then just some other ones that like I've used from different trainings or gotten from other people just for ideas. But if you have more than one, it is going to cost. But if you're just using the Vital Health Board, guess what? It's free. You don't even have to worry about it. So this is a free tool that we have. Now, you can use the app like this, and you can simply click on the board and you can find your library of information right here. And I'm going to show you guys on desktop here in just a moment. And yes, I can, Jennifer. Here we go. Let me go ahead and we'll just make it happen. Share, copy link. Suda. That's it. All you do is click on that. And then, and yeah, you can pay for it for a year or you can do a monthly subscription. But here's what I'll tell you guys is that you can click on this and then you can click add to it. But if you're just doing the one from Vital Health, then you can have it full free. So, I'm going to actually go ahead and share my screen with you guys now so that you can actually see it. Now it does populate. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to show you guys this first. It will populate and you have your whole library of everything that we have here. So I show you this because many of you guys forget that this is a library of stuff where you find everything for your business. And because we do make updates quite often, it's nice to go in here and just play around from time to time. By no means we want you only doing that. Just because you're looking at it doesn't mean you're building your business, okay? But we want to make sure that you know that it's there. And then what's cool is once you give it access to your keyboard, right? I'm on a Apple device, but it does the same thing on Google. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to hit this little world if my finger will work. There we go. And then you'll see I have my boards all organized right here. And the little icon for our global or for our Vital Health one is this little globe right here. And then you'll see that same little library pops up right there on your keyboard. And I can simply go, what do I want to post? I can actually, if one of my business partners is asking me about directions on their scanner, I can actually go to support and scanner install. And then I can give them, I can click scanner install use. And then I can even just bloop, send them a video. So now see how it just automatically populated a video for them. Okay, so I'm going to actually walk you guys through boards right now, but just so you guys know, that is what the function of allowing it to, basically allowing it to, be accessible on your keyboard. The other beautiful part is that when you have boards on your phone, for those of you that are new, you do get push notifications that allow you to be reminded of our different calls that we have. So that's what's really neat is you'll get these little push notifications so that we can just remind you of all the wonderful things we have here. If you're ever looking for links for stuff, you can always go here too. So I know you can use our team chat, our one team chat on WhatsApp, or any of your personal team chats with your upline support systems. But this is a great place to look too. So again, I always tell people, you know, success lies in utilizing your systems, not on yourself. And I say that because so many of us, you know, I know all of us. I was gonna say, or maybe it's just me, but it's not. It's literally all of us. It's just a human experience. Sometimes we get really reliant on what we know, and then we forget that we don't know everything, or that things change, or that we might just go spacey sometimes, right? I love the feeling of like not having to know everything and instead knowing where everything is. So I don't feel responsible, even as somebody that's been in this business, for the last, what would it be now, 15 months and been in the industry for 10 years and, you know, knows a lot about vital health. I do not make it my responsibility to know everything, but I do make it my responsibility to know where to find everything. And so if you want to be a leader that's not only sustainable, but somebody that is a duplicatable leader, you need to be good at pointing your team to how to utilize the system too, because your team will not always have you, right? You cannot be available 24/7, 365 days out of the year, and nor do you want to build a team of 10,000 people that come to you for every link, script, video, document, right? You want to build a team of people that are empowered leaders that are able to duplicate what you've done and continue the process and create duplication within their teams. All right. So even though you might know everything and it might be so easy to spoon feed people all the information, the biggest thing I will tell you is it doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. So utilizing the system and constantly pointing people back to stuff is the biggest piece of advice I can give you, right? You might know all the answers about products, or you might know how to install every scanner we have. But the reality is that just takes you out of being able to build your business. But if you can simply say, hey, here's where you find more information on the products. Hey, here's how you find how to, do the scanners, or here's how you find all the resources that we have available for you. It's not to say that people still won't have questions, right? Sometimes you still have to hunt down some stuff, or you might need to ask your upline support system. So for those of you that are new on here, please don't think that you aren't allowed to ask questions, because we very much welcome them. Okay. But on the flip side, I want to just drive it home that this is there for you. Okay, so when you first get started in boards, it's very simple to follow, right? It says, welcome to Vital Health. Start here. And you'll start here and it will take you to a folder where we actually have, right, a 6-day onboarding process already built in, along with post ideas, right? How to launch your business on social media, how to attract people in social media, have some different reel ideas. We've got story ideas. We've got a 120-page like training book if you're into that. This thing is freaking loaded. A lot of our trainings from our coaching calls actually come from this. So if you don't have this downloaded, I do recommend it. It is so good. Mr. David Nieves, that is one of his masterpieces, if you will. So you're going to find all your tools for success right here, right? We're just going to tell you a little bit about the company. We're going to tell you about, your pack, how to plug into the chats. We want you to go in. We want you to, kind of get acquainted with the things that are on here, okay? And with the action steps that you need to be taking. But this is where you can actually just bloop, plug yourself in, right? And here's what's really cool about this, guys, is that if you have a new business partner and you're like, what do I do next? The beautiful part is that you would just go, hey, let me just go ahead and pull up my boards. I'm going to text, Susie Q. I'm going to say, I just enrolled Susie Q. What do I need to do now? I'm going to go to my boards. There we go. I'm going to go, okay, start here. And I'm literally just going to send her. I'm going to go, Boom, here, read over this right here. And I'm going to send her this link and it's going to pull up that Start Here folder and actually give her access to the boards as well. So a great way for you to just be able to, let people know what to do next. Obviously, you still want to walk them through it, but maybe you got started 20 minutes before your first enrollment. That's a great place to start to make sure everybody's off to the right pace, if you will. So you're going to start there. It's got all sorts of information, or if you're just needing more post ideas, that's why I say, hey, even if you've already been in, maybe you were in the business before we developed this new board system, still look through here because there's awesome things like all of these different social media assets for you, as well as our success system, excuse me. Next, we're going to talk about, using boards, how to, a little tutorial, how to join it, how to copy content. Here's a little training we did at one of our Dallas events. It was very helpful from the people at boards. We've got events and promotions. So if you're wondering what's coming up, here you go. Here's all of the links. You never have to look in the chat again if you didn't want to. Well, you would want to, but I'm just saying, obviously you could. We've got some promotions. Be on the lookout. We got some things coming to this one, so it's going to be very exciting. We've got incentive trips, and then we've got different challenges. So today we actually begin our August challenge. We've got some different scripts and graphics in there. Obviously, we've been promoting up until this, but we've got our wellness challenge in there and just some other assets that you could potentially use. Okay, so that is under events and promotions. We also have our international. So you got some different things for different markets here. We've got our theme for August is learn the success system and teach it to others, which is exactly what we're doing right now. So sharing our products, you guys, we've got how to post on social media. I'm not even going to go over everything here. I just, again, want you guys to see tips for great content, social media compliance. We have a whole media library. We've got do's and don'ts for posting. We've got product post frameworks. We've got things for V Daily. We've got things for coffees. We've got things for collagen, which are kind of the most viral products we have. We've got scripts and messaging, right? Common objections, following up, direct reach out, someone asking for info, closing, launching. So if you're like, what do I say next to this person? We do want you to utilize your upline support chats, but I also want you to know that you have so much here that you could actually pull from and really begin learning and memorizing. All right, we've got our product pages. We've got some really cool stuff here, just, kind of playing with this so that you guys can see some different templates, FAQs, objections, tons and tons and tons of product info. So if you guys are like, what's the ingredient for this? Or where do I find this? This is such a helpful folder for people. So just know, like, if you are looking to learn more, or if you're looking for assets to send your potential clients or customers, all of the info is right here. If you guys are kind of seeing something that you're like, oh my God, I forgot that we had that, or I didn't know that we had that, can you post a 3 in the chat below? I want to see, because sometimes, again, it's not that we don't know stuff, it's just that we forgot. And so that's why I was like, after getting some of the same questions the last couple, okay, lots of 3s. This is awesome. Okay. So that tells me that this is bringing a lot of value to you guys. And maybe we should do this just like once a month as a recap for people. But we've got catalogs and catalogs. We got Cadillacs. We got catalogs and pricing bundles. We've got stuff on the scanner. Lots of stuff on the scanner. What is it? Tell us more about it. We've got intake forms. We've got, all the things that you would want to know. Okay. So graphics, videos, testimonials, the science, we've got it all right there. We've got FAQs and objections. We have the link to our Ask Vital, or our chatbot, so that you can ask questions about the products there. So if you're like, where's the link for that chatbot? It's under sharing products on your Vital Health official board. And then, product overviews, so that if you're looking for like specific videos, we've got several natural remedies calls. So I know some of you guys are always like, are we recording this? Are we recording this? We do not record all of the natural remedies calls, just because, one, we want people to be live because we're giving away products, but two, also we have to be very careful with testimonials, making sure that anything that's recorded is compliant. And so, yeah, if you guys are looking for one, there you go. You just got to know where to find it. We've got recruiting affiliates, business pages, business info. So you can actually utilize these pages to create your own little business page to put in your bio on social media. So I'm not going to go over that, but know that that's there and it's worth playing with because it's super cool. Compensation plan, ways to get paid. We've got flip books. Mr. James Linhart has created these flip books for you so that we've got our compensation plan, all uploaded here for you. Tells people a little bit about things. So when you're talking to people, you can either answer their questions or send them that. I wouldn't send everybody that. You don't want them to get overwhelmed. We've got a little 8-minute video on why vital health, FAQs, starter packs, businesses, and then support scanner. So this is the one that I send the most. So when people are like, hey, I'm having trouble with my scanner, I'm like, have you done this, right? Have you made sure to did you utilize the directions that we have available for you, and kind of doing some troubleshooting? Ask Vital will also help you. And then we do have a support chat or a support team for those. So, for people that are, having issues with that, that's your first go-to. And then just an additional library. So we've got presentations in here, we've got trainings in here, we've got walkthroughs and tutorials and new tools, which is like our swag and our flip books and unboxing videos for examples and important links and event replays. I mean, guys, the list goes on and on. Marketing material, we've got press releases, we've got forms and policies, we've got tons of personal growth. I know James was talking about just the other day our, building your business by network Jim Rohn, building your network marketing business. So that is all there for you guys. So I hope that has helped you all to just kind of be refreshed, because even for myself, oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that, Marie. But I need the board's phone, if someone can help. Bank said they have to contact boards instead of leases. I'm not really sure what that means. Yes, Anna Rita, that looks like a good answer. But yeah, Armando, to answer your question, I actually was just showing you on my desktop. So what I was just showing you there when I screen shared, this is very much my desktop. See? So once you have a boards account, you do want the app. You cannot access it on your keyboard if you don't have the app on your phone. But if you are looking for like I do use this on my computer because it is a library, or sometimes if I'm in my DMs on my computer, I'm copying, pasting scripts from there too. So you can always if I'm talking to somebody and I am, recruiting somebody or whatnot, or say that I just want to share a link with somebody, let's see. I'm trying to find a good here, scripts and messaging. This is what I was looking for. If I'm like, oh, somebody said, I don't have time, right? I'm going to go to this little folder and then I'm just going to copy and paste that over to like my Facebook Messenger. So that's it for that part. I want to go over some belief stuff with you guys. I'm only going to take about 10 minutes to do it because this is obviously the focus today was really about making sure that you guys know everything for boards and know how valuable it is, because it is awesome. Do you have to pay for boards? No, it is free if you only have the Vital Health one. If you have more than one board, then yes. I do think it's helpful because if you're using it all the time, I end up creating my own with my own links, or I copy over the scripts and make the script sound more like me. But you can absolutely edit it because it'll pop up like you would copy and paste a message once you hit it on your keyboard, and then you can edit it from there. So that's fine too. And then, yep, Sabrina, I would definitely check out. There's lots of help videos on boards if you're having trouble with it. James also did post a boards tutorial in the chat so that you guys can click on that. And if you do have the desktop version, or even if you just have the app, there's tutorials in there as well. So very, very simple, you guys. It's so organized, so easy. Don't be overwhelmed by it. Most likely you just got to toggle a little button and that's it. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to go over some belief stuff right now for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to spend less than 10 minutes doing this. This is actually a mini series that I hosted a little while back, but I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and wrap this month up with it. So we're going to be talking about what is the big deal with belief and how you can grow it and why it affects everything that you do. Because what you believe is what you perceive and what you receive, right? Whatever you believe literally shapes your reality, but it also is what you believe you are worthy of receiving. So Your belief determines how you perceive things and is how you will make sense of things and identify it with your senses. Without belief, nothing makes sense, right? If somebody were to tell you, you know, that the sky is blue and you didn't believe that, you would not be able to make sense of what is above your head right now, right? You'd be like, I believe the sky is green. What is that blue thing floating above me? Right? So having belief is literally what allows you to make sense of things. It is your perception, right? So your belief system, your perception is reality. Well, the truth is belief is reality. Whatever you believe becomes your reality. Your beliefs shape your entire reality and can be altered. So you cannot change your reality without first changing your beliefs. So if you don't believe you can achieve something, then you'll never have it, right? Some people are like, I can't even, and let me just tell you, right? There is life and death in the tongue, right? There's a reason that words are powerful. That's why they call it spelling, okay? When you're spelling something, right? You're literally casting magic with your words, or however you, I don't, however you want to believe that, right? For me, it comes down to a biblical principle. There is life and death in the power of the tongue, right? You know, and here's what I will tell you is that if you are somebody that is saying things like, I cannot even imagine what it would be like to be a diamond, then you never will be, right? So you have to start believing if being a diamond is something that you want, or if you're, I cannot even imagine what it would be like to have a house like that, or I can't even believe that that would happen for somebody, right? That is so crazy to me to think that somebody could make X amount of dollars, right? We've all had thoughts and we've physically said things like that, verbally said things like that. Be careful what you speak over your life because it will dictate what you receive. So instead of saying, can't even imagine what it would be like to make that type of money, start saying, I can imagine, and allow yourself to actually start changing the way that you believe. It costs you nothing to believe something differently and can make all the difference in the world, right? And so what you believe will actually determine what you receive. So belief is actually the beginning point of making sense of all of your dreams and being able to receive the life that you desire. So you can see, moving quickly here, but how to change what you believe. I'm going to give you guys an acronym. So screenshot this while I go over it, please. Go ahead and screenshot it. I give you permission. But if you want to change what you believe, you actually have to dream bigger than where you currently are, right? And so the first part of dreaming big is to determine where you would rather be. You will never leave where you are until you determine where you would rather be. Next, I need you to reflect. And obviously, these are things that you can kind of take, and I would journal, right? We talked a lot about journaling last week. I would take them and really take some time to reflect and journal. What is it that you currently believe about yourself, right? Maybe you don't feel worthy of a rank or a house or a spouse or don't believe that you would have, that you have a big purpose in this world. But I'm going to tell you right now, you do, right? Next is that we want to practice expressing gratitude for what we believe in, right? I am so grateful that I have the opportunity to make X, Y, Z. Or I am so grateful for that person that came in my life or is coming into my life, that God's preparing for me. Affirm your vision daily, right? Best way to affirm your vision daily is to speak it, right? Speak by faith over your goals and dreams, right? I talked a lot about that last week, just affirming like, I am, $1 million earner. I, am, fit, firm, and muscular. I am, a happy spouse of so and so, or I'm so grateful for my ideal spouse. Things like that. Whatever it is that you're wanting in your life, affirming it daily can, E and A are kind of the same. Expressing gratitude and affirming your vision daily, just speaking those declarations over your life. My favorite way to speak my declarations is to tell God how thankful I am for them, even if they haven't come to fruition yet, right? God wants you to speak what's in your heart, right? You have to speak it before you can seek it, right? Make time to review them, right? Make time to review what is it that you're wanting, your dreams and goals on a daily basis. Be open to growth and change. That's B, right? You have to understand that, changing your belief system and dreaming big, you have to be willing that things are going to change for you, right? Because you're changing a part of your identity when you are changing what you believe. But here's what I will tell you is that, God has told us to be transformed by the renewing of the mind. So, whether you believe what I believe or whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's just a principle that carries around through it's just a cosmic principle, period, however you believe it, and improve your internal dialogue. What you say to yourself matters. Some of you are saying things to yourself that you would never say to your worst enemy. So, start journaling because that is the most important way for you to understand how it is that you're speaking to yourself and get support systems in place, right? Stop hanging around with the dream stealers, the toxic dream stealers and the naysayers and the negative Nellies, right? If people are not in a place that are dreaming bigger than you, then you need to start finding support systems, and being, here today is one of those ways that you can do that, right? And so determining where you would rather be. Obviously, this is a mini series, so I'm just going over a couple of these key points today, but you got the whole acronym right out the gate for yourselves. You will never leave where you are until you decide where you'd rather be. This is actually Dexter Yeager. He was a legend in network marketing. So you really do have to understand, like, hey, until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, you will never change. So you might as well get used to the pain and say, you know what? I'm going to experience the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret and keep moving forward towards my dreams and goals. And it's going to begin with a vision, ladies and gents. You cannot change what you believe without first seeing something different. You have to create a vision first. Spend 5 minutes a day, 5 years in your future. There is a reason that every millionaire and billionaire out there does this exercise of simply creating a vision. And I will tell you, if you're somebody that's like, I just feel so stuck, like the first time I'm going to be like, well, what's your vision? What it is that you want? And if it's not clear, if it's vague, if your vision is vague, you are pretty much setting yourself up for failure. So the more descriptive that you can be, and here's what I'll tell you, you may not have all the puzzle pieces yet, because sometimes as humans, as we sit there and we're like, I want to create this vision, but I don't know the how. So how am I going to do it? So I'm not going to put it down. Don't worry about the how. Just worry about what it is that you want to achieve. Your brain will automatically start to put the pieces in place, whether you mean for it to or not, because you have this brilliant innate wisdom inside of you called a reticular activating system. And your reticular activating system is the thing in the back of your brain that recognizes patterns and solutions. And if you don't say, hey, this is the puzzle, I need to put the pieces together, it's never going to be able to point out the pieces. I want you to think for a moment. If I were to give you a 500-piece puzzle, but I didn't show you what the puzzle made, like I didn't show you, I didn't show you the box. It didn't come with a picture. I'm just like, here's 500 pieces of a puzzle. You'd be like, well, hell, I don't know what I'm building. You might be able to get the corners together, the edges together, but pretty much outside of that, it's going to take you a long time to figure out what this puzzle is, right? And you're not really going to be able to put it together in a matter that is going to be enjoyable, right? If you know that, hey, I gave you this puzzle of like a beach scene with a beach ball and a colorful beach chair and an ocean and sand and, sky, you're going to go, oh, okay, I'm going to do the edges. And then I see, okay, this all looks like sand. I'm going to put these pieces over here and start working on that. Oh, this looks like it could be the ocean, but the sky had clouds. So even though they're both blue, they actually look different, And then, yeah, there's a beach ball that's colorful, but there's also a beach umbrella that's colorful. But you know what? The beach umbrella has pink where the beach ball has red. So I can kind of, differentiate those areas, right? And because you have the vision together of what this beach scene is, you're able to now consolidate and start problem solving. Well, if you don't have a vision for where you'd rather be, if you're one of those people, you're like, man, I just hate where I'm at, but I don't know where I'd rather be. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be very hard, right? When your vision is vague, the process feels violent, okay? When your vision is vague, the process will feel violent. But when your vision is clear, right? It allows you to have this type of current that's going to go through you that's actually going to magnetize you forward, right? Until you have a vision, there's really nothing pulling you forward. So you cannot change what you believe without first seeing something different. If your current circumstances do not reflect where you want to be, your belief in your vision isn't strong enough, right? You will start to change based on your vision. Likewise, your vision isn't strong enough to believe your level to maintain your level of belief. Let me reread that again just so it's more clear. If your current circumstances do not reflect where you'd like to be, your belief in your vision isn't strong enough, right? Because your circumstances, if you get a clear enough vision, your circumstances will start to change, right? If you're like, I need to lose 20 pounds, I need to find my spouse, I want to make an extra $5,000 in this business, right? Your circumstances are going to look like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get my booty in the gym. I'm going to start eating healthier. I'm going to start showing up to these calls. I'm going to start taking action. I'm going to put myself in the dating scene. I'm going to start becoming the person that I want my spouse to be attracted to, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so, and likewise, if your vision isn't strong enough to, if your current circumstances don't reflect where you'd like to be, your vision isn't strong enough to maintain your level of belief, right? When your vision is big enough, here's what I will tell you. If you have like a level 3 vision, multiply that by 10, make it a level 30 vision, because if it's a level 30 vision and you fall a little bit short, you're still believing like, hey, I'm going to way achieve level 3 on my way to level 30, right? How do you make your vision strong enough to change your belief? Let's talk about that for a second. Well, your vision must be big enough that it challenges who you know, where you go, and how you will grow. When your vision is big enough, it will challenge everything you know. And so I want you guys to really take the challenge today to dream bigger much sooner and to multiply, or, as Grant Cardone would say, like 10x your dreams, right? Your vision, if you want to change your belief, right? So that, here, let's go back. How do you make your vision strong enough to change your level of belief, right? Because your vision will change your level of belief. Your vision must be big enough that it challenges who you know, where you will grow, and where you will go and how you will grow, right? Because if you're dreaming a level 30 vision compared to your level 3, right? You're now like, well, of course I'm going to have different friends. Well, of course, I'm going to be a completely different person. I'm going to have a totally different identity to create my level 30 vision. Of course, doors and opportunities will become open to me, or I will find new paths, right? When your vision is big enough, it will challenge everything you know and force you to grow. So here's your assignment today, guys. Build your vision. I want you to, uh, you know, write 107 goals and dreams. I know that's very hard for some people, but the truth is that the whole point is it's supposed to be hard, right? You probably could do like 10 goals right off the bat. Most people are like, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to, start reading my Bible more. I want to start waking up earlier. I want to eat healthier. I really want, to run that 5K or whatever. It's like you got some immediate goals and dreams, but then it's like you get to 20 and you're like, you know what? I think I actually want to serve in my community more. And you know what, I could be better about organizing this. And I think I really want to clean out my closet. But you get to level 50 and you're like, okay, now I think I want to learn a new language. Or, goal number 50, you're like, I want to learn a new language. I would really like to visit this country. That is like, number 10 on my bucket list. And then you get to goal number 80 and you're like, you know what? If I'm going to be traveling everywhere, I might as well learn one or two more languages. I might as well add one or two more places. You know what? If I'm going to be traveling all the time and looking my hottest, fittest, sexiest damn self, then I might as well, join some type of like fitness competition or pageant or race, right? Now you're really starting to challenge yourself. You get to level 90 and you have basically figured out how to like cure something or helped raise money to completely change your community. You've now made more money than you can believe. So the whole point is to really stretch yourself to 107 goals, and start just playing the what if game, right? Sometimes it's hard. You're like, what if I blah, 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 blah? What if I did decide to be, to row across the Atlantic Ocean to another country? What if I did decide to do this? and then also think about what I want. So here's one of my favorite verses that just always reminds me like how important it is, because it's so easy to be like, well, I'm busy. I know what my goals and dreams are. Blah, 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 blah. But it's a principle of the universe. It is a biblical principle. It says in Habakkuk 2:2, it says, then the Lord told me, I will give you my message in the form of a vision. Write it clearly enough to be read at a glance. So if you're wondering what it is that you were created on this earth to do, or what your purpose is, write down the downloads that God has given you. It may not be something that you feel a hot burning desire for yet. You're like, I think that'd be something I would enjoy. But it's the person that you will become along the way to achieving these goals and dreams that's really going to make you who God created you to be. So I hope that you guys got something out of today with our boards and everything else. I went a little bit over, so we're going to wrap this up. I will see you guys tonight on our Natural Remedies call. Make sure that you're inviting. We now have those on Mondays and Wednesdays, you guys, where we do free giveaways for guests that are on the line. Remember, if they're guests, tell your guest, and don't put your guest name in the chat. Have them do it, okay? You only got to do it one time. So go ahead and make sure you start inviting for that. We'll see you guys tonight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on our AM Power Call. Take care, you guys. God bless. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.